Compassion must be guided by wisdom, otherwise it becomes a chain that binds both the giver and the receiver. Dear friend, there have been many moments when I thought I was helping people, but in fact I was pulling them further away from their inner light. A very important truth of Yogananda: not everyone is ready to be helped, and not all help brings liberation. In this world of energy, each soul operates according to karma, according to vibrational frequency, according to the level of consciousness. If you give too strong a light to eyes that are not ready, they will hurt. If you lift someone who has not learned to walk on their own, they will cling to you as a source of life and thus lose the opportunity to grow. The universe has a law. Helping the wrong person drains your energy. Helping at the wrong time slows their evolution. Helping the wrong way, feeding their darkness. This is not a list to judge others. This is a roadmap to show you, a person on the path of enlightenment, how to protect your energy, preserve your wisdom, and practice compassion properly. Be open, but also be aware. Be loving, but also know the limits of karma that you are not allowed to shoulder for them. 1. People who refuse to look inside their hearts always blame the world. Have you ever met someone who always thinks they are a victim of everything? Never once asked themselves, how did I contribute to this? Repeats the same mistakes over and over again, but still insists that life is unfair to me. This is the type of person Yogananda calls souls turned away from the inner world. Signs of identification: they always blame society, family, at times other people. When you give advice, they defend, deny, or get angry. They prefer to complain than to change. They seek someone to confide in, but not to find a solution. They want you to soothe them, not to step into the truth. The most important characteristic: they are afraid to look inside because the inner light will make them face themselves. In this universe, all change begins from within. No one can evolve if they are not ready to take responsibility for themselves. Yogananda once taught, the greatest poverty of man is not daring to look at the cause within himself. If you help someone who is not ready to take responsibility, you will become the one to bear the karma for him. Why is helping them harmful? Because you are deceiving them. You are inadvertently reinforcing the self-deception. Everything is outside, not me. They thus avoid the soul's lessons, stagnate, and fall into a vicious cycle of suffering. Karma does not disappear just because you love them. Karma only disappears when they realize the truth and change from within. What should you do? Listen with compassion, but do not carry their burden. Speak only when they truly open up. Ask questions to help them see inside. Don't give them answers. Keep your energetic boundaries. Don't save them. Give them the light to save themselves. That's liberating help. 2. People who are immensely desired. The more you help, the more they get addicted. Yogananda once said, desire is a voluntary prison the soul enters. And there is a painful truth. The more you help someone who is covered with desire, the deeper they fall. Why? Because the nature of desire is never know enough, never stop, never think, never grow up. Identification signs: they want your financial, emotional, spiritual support, but do not make an effort to stand up for themselves. They see your help as a right, not a favor. They always demand more. They tend to manipulate emotions. If you love me, then. They live by desire, temptation, or bottomless material goals. You will see in them an energy that is always lacking, always hungry, always demanding. Yogananda taught that desire is the lowest vibrational frequency that prevents people from reaching the divine within. If you help them without raising the frequency, you are feeding them karmic food. No amount of support can fill the hole of desire. Why is helping them harmful? Because you are feeding the illusion that happiness comes from outside. Others are responsible for satisfying them. Wanting is having. Demanding is their right. When you save them, you are stopping their karmic lesson, weakening their will, creating a dependence on your energy. Become a source of supply for their insatiable desires. The universe never supports a help that increases the I want. A lesson for you. Here is an important thing to remember. No one can fill an empty soul with material things or pampering. What they need is not help. What they need is stop and turn inward. If you continue to give them, you will become the one delaying their path to liberation. What should you do? Set clear boundaries. I help when you truly help yourself. Suggest them to practice meditation, prayer, self-awareness. Do not cultivate the habit of demanding. Know how to say no lovingly but firmly. Be compassionate but mindful. You are not an unlimited supply. 3. People who use pain as an emotional weapon, feeding the victim. Some people use pain to awaken. Some people use pain to control. Signs to recognize. To avoid falling into the trap of this toxic emotional energy, you need to understand the signs of people who feed on victimhood. They repeat a painful story over and over again, not to heal, but to keep it alive. When you offer a solution, they ignore, reject, or even get angry. They only seek attention, not transformation. They use pity as a form of power. They make you feel guilty if you don't stand by their side. They prefer to stay in the shadows because the light requires them to take responsibility. What you need to know: some people don't want to be free from pain. They want pain as a reason to be loved. Yogananda once said, "You cannot lift someone up by stepping down beside them in the darkness." Why is helping them harmful? Because your help becomes fuel for the victim paradigm. You will see 3 things happen. 1. The more they tell their story, the more energy you drain. You leave the conversation feeling heavy, tired, and gloomy. That's because they are sucking your prana to keep their story going. 2. You are unintentionally teaching them that pain creates attention. This only makes them sink deeper. 3. You prevent them from seeing pain for what it is, a lesson in liberation. Pain is a teacher, but they turn it into an identity. The more you try to soothe them, the less motivated they are to heal. A lesson for you. An important truth Yogananda mentions. Not everyone who is sad needs you to heal. Sometimes they need the lesson of that sadness. You cannot heal someone who does not want to step up. You can only transmit light. Whether they open their eyes or not is their choice. What should you do? Listen without abetting the whining. Ask questions that help them move towards self-awareness. What did you learn from that experience? What would you like to change about yourself? Set boundaries. You are not an emotional trash can. Don't encourage victim energy. Give them tools for healing, but don't do it for them. Remember, you're there to raise their vibration, not to be sucked into their pain. For people who don't respect your time, energy, and personal boundaries, people who don't respect your life energy, your time, energy, peace, and meditation space, they're not malicious. They're unconscious. And unconscious people are the biggest energy drainers. Signs to look for. They exhibit the following behaviors: interrupt you, interfere with your personal life, or demand you even when you're resting. They always want it now, no matter how busy or tired you are. They text and call too much and get angry if you don't respond. They take your presence for granted. They don't realize that your energy is a limited resource. They forget that you're also a soul that needs space to nurture your inner self. A deeper characteristic: they are not able to regulate their emotions, so they always rely on you as a psychological pillar. Yogananda emphasized that time is the physical form of divine energy. Therefore, people who do not respect your time are people who do not respect your life energy. They may not intentionally take away your energy, but unconsciously they become energy holes. The more you give them, the more they consume. The more you respond, the more they demand. The more you give in, the more they cross the line. Why is helping them harmful? There are 3 reasons. 1. You drain their energy, they do not grow. You become the place where they go to vent their emotions, solve problems, cling to their spirit. This makes you tired and makes them never learn to stand on their own. 2. You break spiritual boundaries. They think it's normal. Boundaries that are not set will be violated forever, and you will become the source of energy that they unconsciously absorb. 3. You go against the principle of practice, protecting personal prana. Yogananda always taught that practitioners must preserve prana like keeping light in the heart. If you let others consume too much, the light within you will fade, and you will no longer be able to raise the vibration for yourself or for others. The lesson for you. There is an important lesson for you to remember. Knowing how to say no is a form of advanced compassion. Compassion is not to tolerate everything. Compassion is not opening the door of your heart to everyone at any time. Compassion must go hand in hand with wisdom, and wisdom requires you to have boundaries. What should you do? Set clear boundaries around your time and energy. Always respond in a proactive manner without getting caught up in their emotions. Make space for yourself. Meditate. Be still. Nurture your inner self. Remind them that you can't be their therapist 24/7. Guide them to emotional autonomy. Remember, you can't shine if you let others constantly extinguish your inner flame. 5. The people who only want to receive but not to give, the energy taker mindset. Signs to identify this type of person. People who only want to receive have very recognizable expressions. They always come to you when they need, but when you are in trouble, they disappear. They like to be taken care of, but rarely show gratitude. They take your help for granted. They are used to others having to sacrifice. They try to create a sense of guilt when you refuse. They are happy to receive a lot, but are upset when asked to give back. In terms of energy, they are like prana seekers. They absorb energy, not create energy. The spiritual nature of the matter. The universe operates on the principle: give, receive, transform. People who only take but do not give become energy blockages. That blockage causes their own prana flow to stagnate, and then they have to draw from others. The danger is, 1. The more you help, the more dependent they become. You do for them what they need to learn. You nurture their weakness without realizing it. 2. You create an energy imbalance for both sides. Giving in the wrong way equals sowing the wrong cause. 3. You deprive them of the opportunity to grow. Self-reliance is a great lesson for the soul. If you help too much, they will never grow. Why will helping them harm you and them? People who only want to receive are often unaware that they are breaking the laws of the universe. But when you continue to give and they don't give back, 2 things happen. 1. You lose your prana. You feel tired, stressed, and uninspired. That's a sign that your energy is being sucked away. 2. They are increasingly disconnected from their self-reliance. You are unconsciously reinforcing their passive patterns. 3. You create unconscious karma. Yogananda once said, "Doing things the wrong way, even out of kindness, creates karma." You think you are being kind, but in reality, you are stifling their spiritual growth. 5.4. The lesson you need to learn. Compassion must be accompanied by wisdom. Otherwise, kindness becomes ignorance. Remember this. Giving is sacred when it helps others stand up for themselves. Giving is dangerous when it makes them dependent. 5.5. What should you do? Help only within the limits of helping them stand up for themselves. Don't help when the request comes from laziness or irresponsibility. Teach them to find solutions for themselves. Set clear rules. You help, but don't foster dependency. See if they are grateful. Gratitude is a sign of a mature soul. If they don't know how to give, you have to stop. That is true compassion. 6. The people who are not ready to change, the reject to awakening mind. This type of person is extremely common. You talk, they listen, but nothing moves inside them. All you see is gentle resistance, indifference, repetition of old mistakes, clinging to the ego, rejection of all advice that comes from wisdom. Who are they? This is the group of people who want their life to change but don't want to change themselves, want results but don't want to act, want light but are afraid to look into the darkness within, want meditation but don't want to let go of old habits, want happiness but don't want to take responsibility for their minds. Yogananda once called this souls not ready to receive the higher light. Why is helping them drain your energy? Because talking to them is like pouring water into a bottomless pot. Any teachings you give will be lost. 3 main reasons. 1. They resist change. This resistance is not out of malice. It comes from inner fear. Fear of losing the ego. Fear of looking at the wound. Fear of responsibility. Fear of stepping into their true self. 2. They seek comfort, not transformation. They want you to soothe them, not awaken them. 3. They drag you down to their old frequency. When you try to force someone who doesn't want to change, you lower your frequency to their level. Deep nature. There is an important principle in the universe. When the mind is not ready, all truths become burdens. The light is only valuable to those who want to see it. Truth only matters to those who want to awaken. If you give light to those who are avoiding it, it becomes meaningless, even counterproductive. What lesson should you remember? One of Yogananda's immortal teachings. You can only guide those who are walking. You cannot push those who are standing still. Change must come from within them. You cannot force it. If you try to force it, you will hurt them first. What should you do? Only share when they are truly open. Recognize when they resist, and stop in time. Do not give when they do not want to receive. Give them time to experience and desire the change themselves. Keep your energy steady. Do not let their rejection shake your faith. Remember, awakening is never forced from the outside. It must be awakened from within. Essence. The journey to enlightenment is the art of knowing how to help the right person in the right place at the right time. Dear friend, as I finished this article, I suddenly realized a simple truth that Yogananda said very lightly, but its weight is extremely profound. Help is only truly light when it does not drag you down into the darkness with others. The 6 types of people you should not help are a gentle reminder, but a strong reminder that kindness must have wisdom, compassion must have boundaries, help must have discernment, the ability of the soul to distinguish. Help the wrong person, you lose energy. Help at the wrong time, you destroy their karma. Help the wrong way, you create karma for yourself. Yogananda once said that every soul has its own path to maturity, and sometimes pain, collision, brokenness is the necessary lesson for them. If you intervene too soon, you are not helping. You are taking away their opportunity to evolve. So, help when your heart urges, but stop when your soul knows it is not right. Be loving, but do not let blind love lead you astray. Be open, but do not let kindness turn you into a place for others to suck energy, exploit, or rely on. When you know how to help the right people, in the right amount, at the right time, you become the light. Remember, you are not here to save everyone. You are here to keep your own light and shine on those who are truly ready to receive it. People who do not want to change will drag you down instead of stepping up with you. People who do not appreciate your gifts will turn them into burdens.